Satnam beauties, this is Marcia, and I'm coming to you with Mercury Retrograde wisdom. So this beautiful journey started yesterday. If you're hearing this on Saturday, it started yesterday on July 17th, and right off the bat, it is making a connection to Venus and Gemini. So this sacred spiral is a soul recall. What I mean by that is Leo is the heart and Leo is the sun, okay? And Mercury, the mind, is in the sign of the heart, right? And then the first thing it's going to touch is Venus in Gemini. Gemini rules Mercury, right? Venus is the heart, ruled by Taurus and Libra. So here's the thing. We are in this amazing moment right off the bat as Venus and Mercury come together. And that coming together is a huge healing of the mind. This is about, trusting self-love to renew our minds so we can receive information on moving forward, because there are things that are going to need to be recalculated, removed, renewed. And in that, so here's the thing. Let's say it's like a relationship and you just met him and it's so great, but now you're noticing some things that aren't so good and whatever. It's not about leaving him. It's not about abandoning a work project. It's not about giving up on your health. It's about hearing the message to possibly do it different. It's about recalibration. So this recalibration is the mind is being turned inward, right? Because Mercury is the mind and it's in reverse. It's going inward to bring up some much needed wisdom about where this Leo is. Like for me, my Leo, where this is going to affect me, because it's going to go 15 degrees back to 4 degrees, starts at 15 degrees Leo, and as it sinks back all the way to August 11th, when it goes direct, it'll be at Leo 4 degrees. So my point is, you look at where Leo is in your chart, and if you want a Mercury retrograde reading, you can have a 15-minute recording. Just let me know. Anyways, this is about, like I said, self-love, illuminating the mind so we can receive the information we need to stay committed, even though things may need to be revamped, renewed, recalibrated, so that we can have revelation and reconnection. So back to the beginning example. So I'm having some problems with my mate. Ultimately, it leads to a new and better connection. This particular Mercury retrograde has a lot to do with love, what you love to do in work, what you love about your body, what you love in your relationships. It's about the love. And what it could be is, let's say you got this big project, but it's been hard and people aren't signing up, or I don't know, whatever your thing is, or you couldn't get the contract. It's not about giving up. It's about finding the love in it. Do you love what you're doing? Can you stay committed? So this retrograde in Leo, like I said, is that recalibration, because the mind turned inward. It's turned inward right now, and it is sextiling Venus in Gemini. You are returning to the ancient rhythm of your heart and home. Let your words soften, and let the emotions that come from that whisper what logic has forgotten. So you may have gotten overly smarty pants on yourself. You may have gotten where you are only relying on the facts. And this Mercury retrograde is saying, don't you forget about the magic. Don't forget about the magic. So the truths so it will cause a revelation. A revelation is something that happens a lot of times in Kundalini. We're doing the breath work, we're doing the Kriya, and then we sit in that stillness, yeah? And in that stillness comes revelation. Mercury is bringing a revelation. So it's kind of like the truth that was once hidden is now going to freaking glow in the dark. Like there is no getting around this truth. And remember, the truth that it is exposing us to is a truth that is about connecting mind and heart. That's what this truth is about. So the ego is going to shed its armor And what will happen in that is the inner child will speak. So let's talk a little bit about our inner child. So there's different ages. 7 and 11 are two of the big ages. And of course, there's below 7 when we are basically being programmed to be the adult we're going to be. And then we have to fucking shift all that shit. But anyways, the 7-year-old inside of us, and sometimes the 11-year-old, when we get angry, that's when we get really, when we are not spiritually attuned and at peace and connected and feel safe, then the inner child will take over when we are in fear or hurt. And that's when we say really mean things, really ridiculous things, because it's a child that's trying to protect itself. So in Kundalini, all the work we do really kind of polishes off the edges so that you can see that clearly and then begin to parent that part of you. Now, in this revelation, we're not talking about the wounded child, we're talking about the magical child, because to everything in earth and everything inside of you has polarity. So while there may be a wounded, fearful child, on the other end of that spectrum is a magical child. And that is what is going to speak to you during this journey. It's all about reconnection. We're going to return to the warmth of what matters. That's it. The warmth of what matters. Self-love, sacred expression, and language of intuition are the gifts that this reconnection is going to do. As we move through this journey, we start off right here at the weekend. So Thursday through the weekend, this is the big connection that Mercury makes with Venus. Venus in Gemini, the heart in a mental sign, Mercury in Leo, the mind in a heart sign, are going to come together. So there's going to be a big revelation this weekend. You may be a little bit uncomfortable right now. I want you to know that what's ending is not the thing. Okay? It's like, like say you've been trying to meet the guy and whatever. It's not like it's ending, you'll never meet the guy. That's not the fucking thing. The thing that you're going to lose this weekend is your doubt, is all the crap that you put in between you and what you love, right? That's what's ending. And you want to really see where your Leo is. Like for me, my Leo's in the first house. So it's all about how I express myself to others, how I am seen, how I love myself, all of that. Yours might be in the 8th house and what is hidden and things that you are trying to harness in a relationship that you have missed. It just depends on where that Leo is, but this is a major journey. As we go on, the second biggest conjunction is the Sun to Mercury, and it's called a cazimi when they were exact, right? So the exact degree is 9 degrees Leo, and this marks when Mercury is completely engulfed by the Sun. So the Sun will be at 9 degrees, and it's going to happen on July 31st, and Mercury will be in Leo at 9 degrees. This is an intense flashpoint of clarity. So think about what you're going through right now, right? So then by the end of the month, what's going to happen is this flashpoint of clarity and spiritual insight right in the heart of this Leo energy. It's going to change everything. It's going to give you this amazing clarity that is going to make sure that these areas, the health or the job project or the love that isn't here or is here and you're not sure if it should be here, these big areas, right? And it's what I love. Like for me, I love my GDF. I have some major healing and just fun and oh my God, it's just so juicy. But I've made it hard. What is it that could be juicy and could be warm? Is it a new love in your life? Is it the love that you're attracting into your life? Is it something with the kids? It's where this Leo is making a change, and it's really perception. It's really like, if you want to make this hard, if you want to make this lonely and you'll never be, with the one you love, go ahead. But this journey is saying, but you don't have to do it that way. We are here, this energy is here to reevaluate and realign so that we can move forward. The focus is spotlighting creative expression and identity, because the sun, when it makes that connection, it's the sun. The sun is our identity. And then we get to reevaluate that. Like reversal in mid Leo invites a deeper look at what fuels our authentic voice. So we're going to get real. You know, it's like you may think you're worried about whatever it is. You know, this is what it's fixing: worry. It's fixing worry. You know, worry dresses itself up as necessary, but it has no real value. Let me say that again. Worry dresses itself up as a necessary energy, but it has no real value. Okay. So if you're out there and you're worried about meeting the one, this realignment is going to say, just stop doing that. Of course you're going to meet the one. But this opportunity is about curing a part of your mind that no matter what section of your life it is, whether it's love, whether it is self-love, whether it is health, whether it is business, whether it is you as a parent, whatever where you have a lot of worry, this Mercury Leo retrograde is changing that. It's reevaluating it. So the reversal of the mind invites us to take a deeper look into what fuels our authentic voice. And how do you know it's authentic? It's intuitive. Your authentic voice is completely intuitive. And because it's intuitive, it is not fearful. It comes from love. And this brings realignment. Because the exiting of this retrograde is going to end at 4 degrees Leo. And that 4 degrees it says, during this journey, you find where you belong. You don't belong worrying about it. You belong feeling this way. And that is what is going to bring the manifestation. We may not have a manifestation like make physical, like meet the guy or, the project took up, but we are going to have the clarity so that the manifestation can come because we know we belong having it because we have gone through this huge, amazing journey. Also, as this wraps up, it's not exact, but it is a, what do you call this? An opposition. And that's Mercury at 4 degrees, Pluto at 2 degrees. Whenever it's in a 5-degree orb, it's like, hey, they're going to have a conversation. So what this means is Pluto being involved this is karmic for all of us. This return to the heart, this reevaluation so we can have revelation is karmic. And it's about being able to feel what needs to be felt. So you know how a lot of times, oh my God, I don't want to know that. I don't want to feel that. And we shove it away. Pluto's going to say, no, 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 no. And it's really good because it's holding feelings, but it's holding it in Aquarius. It's saying your feelings can inform you of an innovative way to transcend this mind fuck that you normally get yourself in, right? It's like, whoo, thank God, I'm done with that, right? And so the other part of that is it delivers you. It's part of that energy that delivers you where you belong. This is an exciting time. So we're going to work with a specific Kriya to get us going on Saturday. So I hope you can join me. My class is at 9:30 and happy Mercury retrograde in Leo. Juicy return to your homey, warm heart. I love you and thank you for listening.